Here we go.
Let's do it.
Fernando Almendariz, Commercial Insurance Eagle, baby.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here, man.
Yeah,
Thanks for
absolutely.
saying yes.
Absolutely.
I had this whole thing about getting into your business right away. You specialize in the commercial insurance industry. But let me say, you just prayed over me right now, kind of before we started. And I just want to say thank you for that. I appreciate you, man. I was reading this or listening to this series about having your battle axe. Or the axe, right?
Yeah.
Whatever that is, the analogy is the lumberjack uses an axe to cut down trees, but if the axe is dull or unsharpened, it's going to be harder. It's going to be tougher for him to do his job of cutting down the tree. So in whatever business industry facet of relationship you may be in, that axe could be your skill, could be your personal relationship, could be your ministry, your calling, whatever it is, but it always has to be sharpened. It always has to be around other people that can help sharpen it. And that's what I really want to commend you for that, man. Because every time we'll have some coffee or chat, even just right now, you just kind of uplifted me like in a second by praying over me. It helps to have people around you that can do that. And so I just want to thank you for that.
Sure.
You definitely mean a lot to me, and you've been a good friend, man, and just someone that I can kind of learn from and get inspired by. And I just want to thank you for helping me sharpen my axe all the time.
Well, iron sharpens iron.
For sure.
But no, I think we've known each other long enough, and we've been in that circle, with BNI long enough where we see each other from a distance. We get close, but we see each other from a distance, and that helps because there's a lot that I learn. Like I learn from you, I learn from others around. So it should be about that reciprocity. But no, man, when it comes to God, I made a deal with him. I said, you take care of my business, I'll take care of your business. But in truth, I'm like, okay, what's going on with my business?
We're always kind of wondering, right?
Did you forget me?
No, that's the challenge, right?
Yeah.
Who's really good about stewarding her business, and I like to always learn from is Tracy Blackwell. She when we did a little event the other day, and she's always doing these little community events, kind of fundraisers to give back. But she's such a woman of God and has got that spirit and that mindset. But she's always talking about stewarding his business, right? And that's something that we forget a lot of times, and we tend to worry and stress. And I've learned here more lately too, not to worry as much in a sense. If I feel I'm on the right path to do His will or kind of work on serving and helping people, it almost kind of gives me a little bit more peace to where I don't have to worry about the sales, the numbers. It's always, you have to have that balance, because in business, if you want to succeed, if you want to serve, if you want to minister, you have to have profits, you have to grow, you have to have a business to be able to do that. So there's definitely a fine balance. But she made the analogy, and we were talking about, she was kind of encouraging people to kind of donate some money for this specific ministry we were kind of helping fundraise for. But she goes, even the dog knows not to come to a closed fist. You open the fist, so you always have to have that ability to just open that hand, allow God to bless you and also help others at the same time. And I just love that, and I think that's the challenge, when we question, like, where are we, God, with this, with our business? Things aren't looking good sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
But you've been doing this how long?
Well, I keep doing the math. And so with the insurance business, if you've had your license for 20 years, you get grandfathered in. So you don't worry about, renewing or doing any kind of continuing education. I'm at 18 years.
Really?
Yeah. And I mean, that's kind of a double-edged sword, because I'm like, okay, I've been at this 18 years, but then I look and think, well, what do I have to show for 18 years? So it's a balance, to your point. It is a balance. Looking back.
How did you get into it? Is your family in it, or?
No. So my father, who, you've met, he's been in the design business. So he does a lot of the architectural type of design, and he's been in it since 50 years, going on 50 years. I'm 48. I'll be 48. So half a century. That's a profession that doesn't get old, but it requires a lot of creativity that I didn't have. So I'm the oldest of four. My brother, who's second, has all that creativity and then some. And I thought, I got to get out of this. So it was a challenging time that I was going through, and it just so happened that our insurance agent, the one that took care of, the benefits of the company, I thought he was just the coolest cat, man. He walks in
Wait,
and he
you
talks.
thought the insurance guy was a cool cat?
Cool cat, exactly. I was like, this guy is so cool. And so he brought me on, and I was doing the marketing. I really didn't know what I was doing. I'm like, all right, I'll try it.
Yeah.
But I was used to, you got to go out there and hunt. There I was probably just, trying to pick strawberries. I'm like, oh, this looks good. Oh, this looks good. But there was a lot to learn. So anyway, I was with him a couple years, learned a lot. And then I thought, you know what? This is something I want to do moving forward. And I haven't looked back. But, there's so much to grow, I think, in any industry. So I like the challenge. It's kind of nerdy, I guess you could say, when it comes to insurance. But you really are saving lives and helping people.
Yeah,
so
for
in
sure.
a different capacity.
Well, I think the hard part with your landscape and your industry, it's always changing as well. And then, of course, the market will dictate. It's funny, you just do commercial liability, correct? Is that your main?
Yeah, that's probably
You don't do like health or anything like that.
I do benefits as well, so company benefits and things like
Gotcha.
that. I actually hold 2 different licenses, so it gives me a wide spectrum.
Oh, okay.
But everything is more business to business. I
Right.
enjoy working with businesses.